That is a Curado DC 200 HG. Some 10-pound Vanish easy casting line. And today I'm going to show you guys how to spool up a bait cast reel properly. Let's get into it. Now, spooling up any reel it's very important for any reel you use that you spool it up correctly. Because if you don't spool it up correctly, you're going to have so many issues when you go to actually go out to use it. And that applies to, yes, bait cast reels as well. Let's get this line out of the pack and I'm going to show you what you need to do step by step to make sure you spool your reel up properly. Right, so let's get this out of the box. There it is. So the first important step with any reel you use is how your line is coming off the spool. Since a bait cast reel winds that way, you don't want the line coming off the reel spool like this. You don't want it coming off like that. Because eventually after a while, see those coils? You get enough of those coils and eventually you're going to end up with a really bad line twist. So you need to make sure that the line's coming off this way. That way we don't end up with any line twist happening on the reel. Before we just tie this to the reel, first we need to make sure that the spool is secured somewhere so you can get even tension when you're putting it onto the reel. This is very important too, because if your line is on loose, not only will you not have as much line capacity, but say you strike and you hook a big fish or you get snagged, the line will cut straight down to the bottom of the reel. It'll bite in on itself, and when that happens, that's often how your line breaks, because now your line's not able to pull off correctly and it can damage the other line that's on the spool. So you need to make sure the line is on taut. Essentially what we're going to be using today is fluorocarbon line. It's like regular normal fishing line. This is the casting version of fluorocarbon. It's a wee bit softer. It's not as coily as normal fluorocarbon. So it's pretty easy stuff to start out with, just to tie on to reel. You're getting to learn. Let's get this into a secure position, then we're going to tie it on. It's actually a bit of rod holder I'm using, so we're using a bit of round bar or a screwdriver or something. It's a lot easier when you've got another person who can hold it and put pressure on it, but because I'm by myself, just using a couple of bricks, keeping the spool in, and some blocks on either side to weigh it down. And as you can see, that's on there really nicely. So plenty of tension. Now let's get this tied on. First we gotta thread the line down the guides. Tie this on. So bait cast reel, always make sure that you're sticking the line through the guide there. That's your level wind, where your line gets put on nice and even. There we go, that's on there. Got to make sure our drag's done up. Before we start winding up, we've got to make sure the drag is done up. Because otherwise you go to wind, because if you go to wind with your drag loose, this happens. You get that and, well, you're not getting very far. That's pretty good. Alright. Now we start, I'm just going to start, just want to go nice and steady. Just going to wire because I do have some extra line that's out. So it's just my way of doing it. So yeah, there's definitely plenty of weight on that. It's a bit taut for how I'd like it, because normally you don't want that because it's hardly pulling any line off. I just need to fix this up quick. But now, that's coming off okay, that's decent. Could be a little looser, but that's all right. Time lapse begins now. As you can see, that line is going on there plenty even. It's just how I want it, and that's what you should be looking for. Bit more readjusting, it's now coming off just as I like it. Now this is way easier now. And as you get closer up to the top, you can loosen it off if you wish. I am going to use my fingers just a little bit, just to keep a bit of even tension. This is better suited with braid, because if you go too tight on mono or fluorocarbon, you'll burn the crap out of your fingers. But nah, we're almost there, guys. We'll speed this up again. There, that's plenty now. Snip off the end. Wrap snap. And there we have it. Baitcast reel all spooled up, ready to go with straight through fluorocarbon line. It's really that easy. Just make sure you set it up correctly. Make sure you drag spray, get that tension right. There's a bit of trial and error, just got to play it around. But each time that you find what you just right that you just want for your reel, you can go ahead and spool her up. Yeah, I hope you guys learnt something today, and hope I could be a help to anyone out there who's looking to spool up their first baitcast reel. In the future I will have some spinning reels, and as well as braided line too, because there is a slightly different process to that. But today was just about mono / fluorocarbon lines on a baitcast reel. Well, I need to better get out there fishing, and see you all next time. Lord be with yous.